Hey guys, I'm Francesca Lana, and welcome to another episode of Pop Fusion the Talk Show, where we celebrate celebrities, global change makers, and influencers who are making a long lasting change and impact in the world. All right, you guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Fusion the Talk Show. I'm really excited to have a very special guest. Dasia. She's the CEO and founder of the Entity Haven. So nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, enjoying this great weather here in Texas. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm actually in California and things are starting to open up, so I'm very happy about that. All right, so today we'll be talking about a heavy topic of sex trafficking. So I did a little bit of Googling and online I looked for the regular standard definition. Sex trafficking is defined as a form of modern-day slavery in which individuals perform commercial sex through the use of force, fraud, and coercion. So people who know what sex trafficking is, that's such like a broad definition. How would you define it in your words?
Well, you pretty much hit the nail on the head with it. The definition of it is exactly what it is. In my situation, me being a survivor of human trafficking, I dealt with two of those things: coercion and force. I was coerced with the impression of a relationship, and it went to a point of where I was being forced when I wanted out. There's a lot of different situations. Human trafficking doesn't just deal with sex. There's labor trafficking, there's child exploitation, there's a lot of different things that comes with human trafficking itself.
Yeah, well, thank you for breaking that down to us. This is a topic that I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about. Well, I think it's been more in the news. A lot of people have kind of, it's kind of tricky stories that are happening right now. But before that, I feel like we kind of didn't talk about it. And specifically with you going through this on the internet, like, how does that make you feel about internet safety?
Well, I feel like with human trafficking, becoming, with all the awareness now, social media, I feel like it's creating more awareness for the online media when it comes down to the dating sites, Instagram, Facebook. Everybody's with COVID, everybody's been doing everything virtual, meeting people virtual and things like that. So I feel like, with me and other organizations spreading that awareness online, it's helping create a safe haven online, not just in public, also for the online users.
I love that. That's awesome. That's so true because right now, the pandemic, everyone is just using online for everything. I mean, hey, I'm talking to you online.
Yeah, perfect example.
Yeah, exactly. So, going a little bit deeper into your story, I know that you were online and you were talking to individuals. How could you kind of share your journey with like young girls to be safe when they are talking to strangers on the internet?
Like, from my experience, I want to say I learned a lot, when it comes down to the online dating world. I'm not telling you not to do the online dating world. I can't tell you not to do that, to each his own, but I do ask to be safe. And, there's a lot of ways to be safe. Like when you're communicating with somebody, getting to know them for a minute before, immediately jumping into, a serious relationship, things like that. If it's a guy that's promising you all these things that just seems too good to be true too early, I think you want to listen to your conscience on that one. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't say, oh, he or she, it doesn't have money or anything. I don't know what their job is, but I do want to say, like, be careful on it. Like, if they come off like they live a great life, check out their background, see what they do. Do you Uber drive? Do you work at IHOP? Let's figure out that thing. Let's just do better with background checking, might I say. I'm not saying go pay $5 to do a background check, but let's ask more questions before just jumping into things with guys and women. Because it's not just guys who are, traffickers. There are women as well that traffic people as well. So let's do a little better with the background check.
I love it. That's honestly excellent advice because I think, as a young woman or even as a young man, like we are online, especially again during COVID and quarantine. Like personally, I'm not going out right now to date anyone. Like I don't want to meet anyone anywhere at this current moment. So yeah, so online is what we're doing. But you're right. It's so easy for people to just believe that that person behind the screen is the person in that photo. So that I think that's excellent advice to just dig a little bit deeper than just having that online mode of communication. That's awesome. So as far as your experience and everything that you went through, what made you decide like, hey, I'm going to share my story. I'm going to create this incredible nonprofit foundation. Like, what was that moment when you knew you wanted to do that?
When I got out, I was a little like, I'm not gonna tell my story at first. Like, who's gonna believe me? I felt growth. There was a lot of different thoughts, but when I came out, I went through different programs and counseling, and I was meeting other survivors, and I was hearing stories of other victims that were still in it. So it's kind of like eating up in me, like, you're out now, so let's go back and help your friends that's still in it. And so that's why I ended up, starting my organization, and now I'm out here helping everybody else because, like, I'm free now, and I know somebody out there wishing they had a me that'll come back for them.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And for our viewers, for people who don't really know much about human trafficking, when you're saying you're out now, what does that mean?
Out of the lifestyle, that industry, you're free from that.
Yeah, so just free in general.
Yeah.
So, do you think that sometimes, being a victim of human trafficking, do you think that some people are kind of stuck in it because maybe is it a mindset, you think, or do you think that they just don't know any way out, or what do you think that keeps people kind of in that situation?
Oh, there's a lot of different situations because a lot of people don't want to be considered a victim, which is totally understandable because I do outreach with my organization, and my question always comes up, what's going on in your mind that makes you want to do this? What's your motivation to your hustle? Is what I ask. I'm a real woman. That's what I ask. And they're like, I'm just surviving. I have kids. Some of these people that are in the industry are not forced. Some of them are in it because they are born into this industry. Their parents have been traffickers or trafficked before. Some people grow up in poverty and they feel like this is their only way to make money. There are a lot of people that are forced, but really and truly, a lot of people that have traffickers, it's the manipulation that keeps us in there. First of all, we're around all this money, is luxurious, we're traveling, we're doing all these great things, shopping and stuff, and a lot of that stuff blinds us from how much we are truly worth, per se. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's really deep. So, in your situation, do you feel like your mother was a big impact in helping you like get out of it?
You said my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was a big impact, but let me tell you, honestly, my son was the icing on the cake for everything because I got pregnant in the game by my trafficker, and I was already in the mindset of wanting to leave and things. But when I had my son, I knew, oh no, this is really it. Like, I cannot raise a kid in this industry, and that's just what it was for me.
Yeah. Wow, the things a mother does to a child, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really deep. So back to your nonprofit foundation again. Congrats on that. What have been some of your most memorable and like helpful stories that you can share with us? I know I bet there's so many, but like, what is one that was just like, wow, like I cannot believe like we did that.
Oh my God, our very first, we weren't even, my organization, our focus was not rescue in the beginning. It was just mainly going out outreaching and just connecting. And we had a first rescue, which was a minor. I'm not going to go into any details, but when we rescued her, she was pregnant, and it was just a wow moment for everyone. And she was manipulated very, very deeply into the game, but she trusted us to help her through the process. And it's just an amazing thing right now. She's doing awesome. Another young lady that we rescued. It's so crazy because they were both pregnant and they're both due back to back right after each other. Yes, and she's doing awesome. She's in an amazing safe home, and they're doing awesome on their healing journey. We've been having so many great experiences on our outreaches. You guys can check out our Instagram page, one of Susie's at Instagram. We have some of our street outreach videos on there. We turn up out there. We're not a sad, depressing, type of outreach. We want to go out there and connect in any way that we can. And if it's dancing, we're going to dance with them. And if they want to sing, we're going to sing. It is what it is. And we just had a lot of great moments. We connected with a young lady all the way from New York. I know she don't see this, and girl, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And she is what we call our comedian. She sees us all the time and visits us, and she's just our comedian, and she just gives us a life. I can go on about the amazing moments.
I mean, even just talking about it, your face is lighting up. So I really know that you're walking in your purpose and you're truly like sharing your journey to help others. And I mean, I think that is just so amazing. So each episode we have a pop question of the day. So for you specifically, your pop question of the day is, how important is it to share your journey?
Very important. This is important, not just for myself. This is important for the world, because I'm not the only one. I'm not the only race. I'm not the only sex involved in this industry.
Very beautiful. Yes. Well, again, thank you so much for your time. Everyone watching, stay tuned. We have a very special guest up next.